And action. Well, hello there, guys. This is my first official video. Topical, I guess. Besides my introduction, and I wanted to talk about TNA. So I'm going to send this video to all these TNA fans I see, and just kind of spread my video around and see what I get. There's been a lot of stuff going on in TNA wrestling here lately. And, there's a lot of stuff that I want to complain about with the IWC, and but I'm gonna make that a different video. I'm gonna make that an IWC rant. I've made one in the past, but since this is a new channel, I'm going to redo it and I'm going to update my thoughts. Maybe I have some new things to say. Maybe I left some things out. Who knows? Yeah. God, my teeth hurt. I ate a Laffy Taffy and I have cavities like hell. And my teeth's been giving me trouble. I'm very tired, so I apologize if I'm all over the place. I just got off work and I'm just like, I don't know, for some reason I just felt like doing a video out of random. Okay, let's do this. Sorry, I'm weird. Anyways, the aces and eights. This angle is, to me, unlike. I know most people will disagree with me on the internet, anyways. The internet fan base is very different than most people in real life, but the aces and eights to me has been a great storyline, a great long, drawn out storyline that actually had a point A to point B thing. It had a purpose. It had, things happening. It all had reasons. It kind of gave you hints along the way that wasn't direct. It made you think it was Jarrett and Bischoff and Steiner. Well, for me, it was Steiner. The whole Steiner Twitter fest thing I thought was in a work after a while, because I started noticing how much they've been using the Twitter to be involved in storylines, which I think is kind of cool, but at the same time they shouldn't do it too much. Just every now and then, don't totally make it to where you have to have a Twitter account or you won't know what's going on with TNA. That would be horrible. Moving on, after my little mishap or whatever you want to call it, I have to edit this part into the video. But Bully Ray. I've never been a fan of Bully Ray. I've always hated Bully Ray. For many reasons. I just thought Team 3D had their time to shine. They was great. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And then, bam! Bully Ray and them split up. They have this stupid feud that I never liked. It was stupid. I didn't like the Bully Ray character. I never have. I mean, it's alright. He's a good heel. I will give him that. And a year later, he did improve finally to where he was actually decent. But it doesn't matter. It's time for Bully Ray to retire. It's like, why would I care about him being world champion now? He is a tag team guy to me. And even though he's been a singles guy long enough to have his time to shine, and he kind of is in the right. Okay. Right now, Bully Ray's at a point in his career that I can actually take him seriously, kind of. But, if Bully Ray didn't wrestle ever again, I wouldn't care. I mean, that's the world champion for you. I may not like Jeff Hardy, but if he wasn't there ever again, if I'd never seen Jeff Hardy again, that would suck. But if Bully Ray never wrestled again, I would not care. That's the thing. If Miz never wrestled again, I wouldn't care. If Dolph Ziggler never wrestled again, I would be happy. As simple as that. So that's not a good example. So anyways, let's talk about some other things that TNA is doing. Oh, my sinuses are acting up. They're doing the Rob Terry thing now. Now, I know a lot of people on the internet hate Rob Terry or Robbie E. Actually, it depends on where you go. In some sections of the internet, there really are some casual fans. In the IWC, oddly enough, you wouldn't expect that. You'd think they're all nerdy little whiny bitches all the time. But actually, there are some casual fans on here too. There's still Cena fans on here, and there's still Hornswoggle fans and stuff like that. But yeah, that Robbie E was actually beginning to grow on me, and it scared me. But mainly it was because of Rob Terry. I'm a big fan of Rob Terry. I'm one of the few, but I think he has the look, he has the build, and now, oh my God, he has improved so much. I did not think he would ever be at least decent in the ring. And big guys don't have to wrestle 1,000 holds. They don't have to counter every single thing to be good, like the IWC thinks they have to. I mean, they're idiots for thinking that they have to put on wrist holds and all that shit just to get over. Do you realize that they're a giant Goliath of a man who can really just take his hand and put it on your forehead and just squish or just crush your skull in? But pretty much that is. It's the Big Show. He will dominate just from looking at you. I mean, the fucking guy is a beast. And you want him to do some wrist holds and some headlocks? Really? You do realize this is a giant. Like, that's all that most of these fans on the internet are fans of technical wrestling. That's it. They don't care about powerhouses. They don't care about certain high flyers. Just it's all about the technical wrestling. And oddly enough, the ironic thing about this is technical wrestling is my favorite style of wrestling. Yeah. I mean, my top two favorite wrestlers is not even technical, but, most of my favorites are technical. But, Stone Cold Steve Austin, my favorite wrestler of all time. He is, a roughneck, brawler / he has a few technical moves, or at least he used to before he broke his neck or broke his spine. But mainly he's a brawler, and yeah, that's it. And then there's Batista, my second favorite wrestler of all time. He's a powerhouse, pure and simple. There's nothing else to it. But I like all forms of wrestling because if it was just technical wrestling, it would be boring. That's why MMA is so much better than boxing and karate and all that stuff. It's because it's not just one thing. It's fighters who just happen to be a certain style. You see the best of what they do. You have this mix of greatness in the ring. They do what they do. Sometimes they switch up. Sometimes they're wrestlers, sometimes they're not. Some multi-style people, which is beautiful. That's what makes MMA work. I mean, MMA, UFC, all that stuff. That's great. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, and not really that I dislike it in any way. It's just I don't really keep up with it. I can't get addicted to it. And, plus, I don't have cable anymore, so it's hard to keep up with it. Have the motivation to download something I barely watch in the first place, but wrestling is all about all these different styles, and all these fans bitching about it. But I'll get more into that when I do the IWC rant, like I said I was going to do. I have a lot to say on the IWC, but I've already mentioned it. But anyways, this video is getting 10 minutes long, and I tried to I tend to make 20-minute long videos, but I'm gonna try to cut it down in shorter, especially since I'm going off topic, going on multi wrestling topics. I'm trying to stick with TNA and what's going on with TNA. And anyways. Yeah, Rob Terry's awesome. I'm happy with that. Velvet Sky is finally the Knockouts champion. I'm so happy about that. I've been wanting her to be champion for about a year or two now. Ever since she's turned face. Ever since she's improved in the ring. I want to also make a Full Killer rant video. Now, keep in mind, Full Killer 99 is my favorite YouTuber on YouTube. Period. At least wrestling wise. I'm not sure. I mean, I watch his videos biblically, like where they religiously. That's the word. And it's just like I'm really interested in what he has to say every single week, whether it's good or bad, whether I disagree with it or agree with it. But here lately, for the past, I would say, year, Full Killer has been really getting kind of under my skin with how much he complains about stuff, and it's not rightful complaining, really. It's just complete hating everything, and never being satisfied. And so I'm gonna make a rant on him, which is awesome because I know I'm a big fan, and I would love to rant. It'd be ironic in a way, but Lockdown was recently out there, and it was a great pay-per-view. Um, Great. And some people didn't like it. Who cares? Briscoe versus Angle, decent. The Lethal Lockdown match, awesome. I marked out for Eric Young's elbow spot. The reason why the cage roof didn't lower is because earlier in the show they had a malfunctioning with it, and they couldn't use it basically. So that's why Sting came out with the weapons. As for the main events, it was stupid. I'm not a fan of main events. It's all about the storyline. It should be a match, even if it's a swerve. He should at least done the bully bomb or the cutter to win the match, not just some hammer to the back of the back or neck or whatever he hit. I hate stuff like that. That's total Russo 101. That's the style of Russo endings. It's just bullshit. It should be, the hammer, hits him, and weakens him. Maybe gets him staggered for the finisher, whatever his finisher is, the bully bomb or the cutter. He needs to make up his mind with that, or the single man 3D, where he just pushes him up in the air and then cutters. Um, there's probably more stuff to talk about, but I'm going to cut it short because this is my first video, and I don't want to, alienate people with, just total, too long of a video. So I'm going to try to make them in more intervals and try to make it around 10 minutes. So yeah, put these parts together, edit them together, and upload the video, and there you go. Thanks for watching. I'm the Raging Reject. This is Raging Reject TV, or a new channel, and my old channel got terminated. So I'm uploading new videos, TNA game videos, topics, every type of video you can think of. Just let me know if you're interested in what I have to say about certain subjects. Just think of a random subject you're interested in, and just ask me, and I'll see if I relate and can do that video. So please rate, comment, subscribe. Like I said, thank you for watching, and come back. Yeah, come back now. You hear? Alrighty.